Hello, this is our second video of our postpartum series. Hopefully you are feeling a little bit like you're on the way forward to building some abdominal strength back. We're going to start in a not tabletop position, I always call it tabletop position. We're going to start in an all fours position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You will recognize this from our first video. We're going to start with the same breathing drill. So take a breath in, relax the belly. Exhale through the mouth, lift the blueberry, zipping up through the abdominals, knitting the tummy muscles together, and then inhale, relax everything. Exhale, same thing, lift the blueberry, zipping up from the bottom abs. Last thing is the ribs to pull down. One more time, inhale to relax everything. Exhale like you're blowing up a balloon. Let's add a bit of force. And then you're going to keep it all in there. Your core is engaged. Now, you should be able to talk and breathe in this position. The breathing's happening in this top sort of 360 part of your rib cage, which is allowing us to keep the tummy muscles in. So keeping the tummy muscles in, let's take a breath in to prepare. And then when you exhale, you're going to slide the hand and leg along the floor and then see if you can take a small lift. Keep everything pulled in nice and tight here. I'm going to take a couple of breaths in this position, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. So keeping it nice and long. And then I want you to take a breath in when you're long. And when you exhale, belly button to spine, draw the elbow towards the knee. Inhale long. Exhale, belly button to spine. Draw everything in. One more time. Inhale long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Good. Inhale long. Exhale, engage properly here. And then see if you can take it slightly diagonal with the arm and leg. And then exhale back to center. One more time. Good. And then you can release it all the way down. Release that hand. Pop the back of the hand on the floor and just have a little rock backwards and forwards just to release off your wrist a couple of times. If you're finding that it's your wrist that bothers you in this position, it's actually really common. You can pop your hand on a block or a dumbbell if you've got a dumbbell at home. That can just make it a little bit more comfortable. Pop that hand down. Same thing, breath in to prepare. Exhale, engage your core. Lift the blueberry, lift everything in. You're going to extend your opposite arm and leg nice and long. We're taking a few breaths here. So I want you to aim for length and still trying to keep everything wrapped in. The hips want to be level. You're taking a long position, and with your gaze, you're looking a little bit further ahead of the fingertips. If you look between the fingertips, you'll notice the head bows. Take a breath in when you're long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Lift through the belly button. Inhale long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Good. And then inhale long. Exhale, reset your core. Take a small tilt diagonal. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, small diagonal movement. Inhale back to the center. One more time. Exhale, small diagonal movement. Inhale back to the center. Good. And then you can release it off. Flip that hand over. Good. And just have a little bit of a stretch on the back of the wrist. Nice. And then we're going to come down to a side lying position. Doesn't matter too much which side you go on to because we're going to work both. So into the obliques here, elbow under shoulder, and then I want your elbow, your knee, and your top foot all in line. I tend to suggest starting with a little bit of a bend because it tends to bring you up straight in the best position. Always the setup is the same, and it will be forevermore. I wish people trained their core as carefully and as well as people do when they're postpartum. You just get so much more from it. And I train all my athletes like this as well. Breath in to prepare. Exhale, lift the brewery, zip everything up, and then we're going to take a small lift into that side plank position. Now, from here, we want the tummy muscles pulled in. You're pushing into the elbow, and we're using the side of the obliques. We're going to make sure that everything's flush, pulled in. There's no coning, there's no doming, there's no bulging. You've got everything pulled in tight. We're going to do 4 small lifts. Breath in to prepare. Exhale, small lift. Inhale to return. Exhale, small lift. Inhale to return. One more. Good, and then you can slowly lower it all the way down. We're going to come all the way onto our backs from here. So find that neutral position with your pelvis. There might be a small curve in the lower part of your back. We're going to bring the hands out to the side. You're going to take a breath in. Exhale, engage your core. Lift one knee, and then I want you to see if you can lift the other knee. The closer the knees are towards the chest, the less pressure is going to be on your abdominals and on your back. So we're going to start by holding onto the knee to see if it feels good. Here, core's engaged with that exhale, and I want you to see if you can take a small tap of the foot down towards the floor and then draw it all the way back in. Small tap of the foot down towards the floor and then draw it all the way back in. If this feels okay, I want you to reach the hands up towards the ceiling and see if you can do the same thing. Keep everything pulled in. Don't worry if the foot doesn't go down to the floor. I'd rather you've got a small movement that you can feel a little bit in your abs than the foot goes down and the pelvis is rocking around, or you're sort of really bulging in. So sometimes the easier version is harder on your abdominals. So keep everything pulled in, pick the version that's best for you today, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So start in the same way, hold onto the knee, core engaged. You're going to slowly drop the toe down towards the floor and then slowly bring it back. Try and keep the angle in the knee the same, because if you bend at the knee is doing quite a lot of the work. If I can keep that angle in the knee the same, it's going to make it a bit harder. And if it feels okay, keep the knee in towards the chest and just take that little tap of the toe down towards the floor. Little reach of the hands, keep everything pulled in. And again, don't worry if the foot doesn't go all the way down to the floor. We're not trying to immediately build to something like this. You can progress it over time. Good. Make that your last one like that. And then we'll just do a couple of circles with the knees. Always good to just loosen the hips and the knees off. You'll be spending a lot of time carrying, no doubt, and crouching and bent over. Good, last circle like that. And then we're going to flip onto the other side into that side plank. I'm just going to twizzle so that you can see me. So you're going to, again, stack the elbow, the bottom knee, and the top foot onto the floor from here. Take a breath in. Exhale, engage your core. Find that side plank position. And then once you've made sure everything's pulled in, if this is hard enough, stay here. And then you're going to take a breath in. Exhale, take a small lift. Inhale to return. Exhale, take a small lift. Inhale to return. Exhale, take a small lift. Inhale to return. Last one. Small lift. Inhale to return. And you can come all the way down. Well done. That was our second video.